What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Couch in the Dungeon Gaming, where we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. We have Baron and Monrix with us tonight, and after the little flashback that we had in the last episode, where we kind of talked some things about what happened when they were kids, and they kind of went over a little bit of the guild and just some shenanigans that they got up to as they were growing up, and we returned back to the morning of the third trial. And then as you're getting up, Rook and Ja'kier finally come down, incredibly hungover, get themselves a little bit of a breakfast, something to drink, and you see that a lot of the other teams have kind of set out already. You're kind of one of the last teams to make it out, and you make your way up to where you were supposed to meet with the exam proctor, and she hands you a flyer. This is, during the night, someone broke the law and became a wanted criminal. So you are now going to be hunting this criminal. This is your target. Please note that this is a martial ranked guild member. This is a test to see how you will handle. And when we send you out to apprehend bounties, this man is wanted alive for obvious reasons, but this is also will tell us how you are able to track down a bounty, how you are able to subdue them so that you can return them in a proper order. Sometimes the bounties you are trying to acquire are non lethal targets. You know, you might be returning someone home who ran away from home or something. I don't know. You know, a guild request can be odd, but regardless, bring them back in acceptable condition. You have 6 days to try and track them down and find them. They could be in the city. They could have already have left. Each job is different, so, you know, each criminal will think different. Given how late that you've arrived, they have a significant head start over you. So, enjoy. There are some last known locations. There is a description. There is a list of known accomplices. You can this is kind of how a guild bounty quest would come in. We will give you a description of the target, known aliases, known accomplices, and last known address of owned property. And well, we wish you the best of luck. I suggest perhaps starting in the open market. Most often that's where a criminal will purchase some things, or before or after the deed is done. Someone might recognize him. A lot of the shopkeepers are in on the guild trial, so some may be unknown accomplices who will tell you lies to kind of throw you off the trail. Some might be people who just don't like authority and refuse to answer your questions. After all, we're not really governmental authority. We're just kind of bounty hunters. And yeah, you've proven yourselves in combat against monsters. Now let's see how you handle a creature of equal intelligence. And with that, she kind of turns and walks away and waits for any remaining teams to give out their bounties.
Okay. So I just want clarification. So this is like something that the marshals or for marshals can do, or
So the every year when the guild holds its trial week, they usually do something similar where you have to track someone. You know, whether it's you have to go out into the woods and you have to track a specific person's trail, or, you know, in this case, someone has committed some kind of a crime and now, you know, they might have ran away. So you kind of got to go after them. And they usually pick people who are marshal rank or higher because they're considered a tougher, more experienced opponent.
yeah,
And you never know, what kind of opponent you're going up against. So it's kind of to prepare you where, you know, maybe there's some traps that you didn't expect, or all kinds of things. So it's just kind of to simulate a real world situation where, you know, hopefully you won't be put in a situation where someone's going to die.
Okay.
Said start at the market.
That's kind of just like a general like tip whenever you start. Like, markets and taverns are usually your two biggest places to start looking for a target. But then kind of think of, you know, a lot of games where you're the new guy in town and you come rolling up into the tavern and you start asking a bunch of, like, hey, you know where I can find so and so, and you're like showing them a bounty posting. A lot of people are kind of, you know, there's varying reactances. So you could, and even though the guild is in the town, it's kind of like a thing in the trial week where a lot of the shopkeepers, a lot of the citizens will kind of simulate, like, if the guild wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody's like hunky dory that the guild's in town, kind of.
Yeah.
To kind of give a mix of emotions. So you might come across like your school teacher who all of a sudden, you know, is like, why would I talk to you? Why would I give you, you know what I mean? Just to give somebody who would be normally very nice and pleasant to speak with is suddenly, it's not personal. It's just to simulate what the life of a guild member could potentially be. People could be hostile just because you're a bounty hunter.
Okay. Well, we going to the market?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to head to the market.
Easy enough to do.
Search around, ask questions. Do we got a picture of the person?
Yeah, you have a flyer, and they're done with magic, so they're surprisingly detailed.
Find the first person that looks like they might know something and ask them.
So as you're kind of, you can make it through the market, and the city's huge, right? Because the guild itself takes like 400 acres, and it's like in the center of the city. And it takes up, you know, like another 800 or 400 on the other side. And the keep of itself would take up like 400 acres. And so, you know, the city's massive. So it takes probably a half hour to walk across the city. And you get to the open market, and it's probably around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And as you guys make your way up, you come up to a shopkeeper, and you make it to the market every once in a while. You know, it's just a place where you can buy various odds and ends or fresh fruits and stuff like that. And you've never seen this shopkeeper at the market before. So you think, I'll ask him.
Hey, question for you.
Oh, what can I do for you, young man?
Have you seen this person?
I'm not so sure that I can say I have. What's he wanted for?
What's he wanted for? Do we know?
Roll me a d6. So it would be written on the bottom, but
I got a 1.
you got a 1. Okay. This one, he's what he's wanted for multiple counts of adultery between multiple spouses. And essentially, what's happened is because it kind of gives a little description is he's gotten several women to divorce their husbands, married them, and then robbed them. And they finally kind of caught him here in the city, and he escaped.
He's wanted for robbery.
And adultery. No, can't say I've ever seen him before.
Are you sure? Because your stall could be next.
I mean, seems like he likes to target women.
It's a good idea. Thanks for the tip. I'm gonna find the prettiest woman in this market.
Okay. So give me a perception check.
16.
So are you looking for like a shopkeeper or just like a woman in
Just
general?
a woman in general.
There's a pretty good looking elven woman.
Excuse me, ma'am. Have you seen this guy?
I don't know. Maybe something will
Sure.
help me
Yeah. How much?
remember.
Yeah. 5 gold.
Oh, that kind of jogs my memory. Maybe if I just had a little more.
All right. 10 gold.
She kind of just pockets it. Yeah, sweetheart. I don't think I've ever seen you before. And
Give me
she
my
kinda
gold
just strokes
back.
your face as she turns and walks off.
All right. I'm over for 2. It's your turn. Here's the paper. You try. Cost me 10 gold. I'm so stupid. Your mom wears hiking boots. I was telling that to the lady in that robbed me.
I figured.
Say, is there just one stable or multiple?
So there is a guild stable that's like private, and then there is like the city livery in the stable, where like kind of just everybody in general would take their horse.
Okay. Guess I'll go to the central stable.
And I shall follow.
Easy enough to do. It's kind of on the opposite end of the city, so it's going to take probably about a half hour to get there. And there's probably a dozen workers.
Yeah.
Kind of out. There's a lot of horses that they got to tend to.
Is there like a certain person you deal with in order to get horses, or just any of the hands?
So the hands will direct you to a building that's right next to the main barn, and they tell you that there's an office in there that pretty much, if you want to purchase a horse, if you want to stable a horse, you just check in there, and then if you want to leave, you can just take your horse. You don't really have to check out. If your horse is out of the stall it was assigned and it's not brought back by the end of the day, we just assume that you've taken it.
Okay. Go up to the office.
You go in. There's about 4 clerks in there, and 3 of them are dealing with people. It looks like there's 2 wagons out front that are being checked in, and then another individual rider, and then there's 1 clerk that is open.
Okay. Guess I'll go up to the empty clerk.
What can I do for you, sweetheart?
Just looking for someone. I'll show the scroll or the poster to them.
Okay, and it has his name. His name is Leo Bolbeck. And she's going to say, I personally do not know him, but I can look his name up, and I can check to see if we have any records on him and see if he's here or if he's checked his horse out. If he's checked his horse out anytime in the last day, the record should be updated.
Okay.
And she is going to go look. And she's gone for about 15 minutes.
Monrix, you're so smart. I never even thought to try the stables.
But don't worry, there's still airships.
I didn't think about them either. It's a good thing we've got you with us. You're the brains. And the brawn. Wow.
She comes back, and it's been almost a half hour. And she comes back. It appears his horse was checked out sometime in the middle of the night. And there is no note or anything to hold the stall or if he is returning anytime soon. So it's safe to assume that he's left. Can I ask what the bounty is for? What did he do? He didn't kill anybody, did he?
Robbery and adultery.
Oh.
He swindled poor lady's fortune.
Oh.
Yes. Awful.
Well, I hope you catch him then.
We do too. We were told to hang him at once. I'm kidding. Just a joke. Sorry. Little bit of humor. Don't find it funny?
Are you checking? Do you have horses? Are you following him?
Yeah, we're gonna need to. A couple horses. How much would that cost us?
Absolutely. We can sell you a horse, and we can sell you the tack and everything that you would need for a horse. And that will only cost you. How does 50 gold sound? A horse.
Sold.
Are both of you buying horses?
Yeah, I'll take one too. I don't know if he is, but I am. I think we're gonna need one. Can you give me the color of the horse that he was riding in the description?
It was a chestnut horse.
I knew it.
And I believe that it was a purebred bloodline. It's, I would have to go get the paper in order to verify specifically what breed of horse. But
did he buy the horse outright from you?
I do not know. I would have to check to see if there's any purchase records. Purchase records are different from storage records.
Oh, okay. So he didn't steal this horse.
Well, it's checked in under that name. What was it? Leo Balbec? Yes.
Okay. So I purchased that horse.
Okay. You can add a riding horse to your inventory. This isn't a war horse. It's just kind of a probably like a 3-4 year old horse.
Yeah.
That comes with, a saddlebags, the blanket, whatever, everything you need for the horse. It's all included.
Cool.
Are you buying one as well? Oh, you also need to, they're going to hand you registration paper. You need to fill this out. This is saying that you purchased the horse, what type of horse it is. Would you like to go pick out a horse? Would you like to just have a horse brought up and you get what you get? If you wish to go pick it out, that's absolutely fine. I just need to summon a hand so they can take you to the horses and they will get you situated.
Just have your best horse brought out. That'd work.
Okay, you, my friend, are you the same or would you like to pick?
Say, just to break the immersion a bit, for the guild stable, is that something we have access to as
So the guild stable, once you become pit dogs, you'll have access to, but
Okay.
it's just kind of like you borrow a horse. It's
Yeah.
not really. So you might be able to get the same horse, you might not.
okay.
But if you buy a horse and bring it to the stable, it just checks in and then if anything happens to you, if you were to die or whatever, you can either say that like the horse gets passed on to somebody or the guild can keep the horse or it can be
Okay.
sold.
So I don't think I've been tracking the gold, but
I think it's somewhere around. I think
I had 190 total, so you'd have to have something close to that.
I got a tenth of that.
Oh, really? Maybe I messed up somewhere.
Uh,
Well, we'll call it even, and I'll buy
Well-
your horse for you.
I don't think you bought as much gear
Yeah,
as
I-
what
I
everybody else
didn't.
bought. I think you bought I thought you bought some light armor and a couple swords.
And a sword, yeah.
Because I think everybody started with 240,
yeah.
but
Oh, maybe I just didn't update the app then. I think 103 plus. Yeah, like 120 some. So yeah, that's what it should be. So I'll do a draft horse.
draft horse.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they'll when they they'll bring out a horse that is suitable for your size and she kind of recognizes that you're still kind of like in your adolescence and you're
Yeah.
still growing, so she's kind of like make sure you get a sturdy horse. So they bring out both the horses. They have the full tack. They're saddled, ready to go. You get to name your horse. That goes on your registration, of course.
Okay.
And then she also. Now we do offer stable rentals. You can rent out by the day, the week, the month, or the year.
That's okay. We have our own stables we can use. Thank you.
Oh, you must be trying to join the guild then.
Yes.
I see. Yes. Very, very understandable then. You should know, I told you that he was said to have checked out sometime this morning. One of the stable hands, Jakin, actually. I have, Jakin is the one gathering your horses and bringing them up. So you'll have a chance to speak with him. But I believe Jakin saw this Leo fellow leave this morning. So perhaps he could give you a little bit more detail about
That
to know.
would be great.
Maybe what direction he went or something.
Thank you.
Eric should, or, I'm sorry, I completely slipped the name of the guy I just said. But, yes, he will be bringing the horses up. Jakin. That was it. Yes. And about 10 minutes passes, and he brings up, 2 horses. They're saddled. It's all new. Like, brand new saddle, brand new blanket, brand new bit and bridle and everything. You can tell there's, he hands you a couple of different types of oils. Use these on your saddles, and no matter the weather, they'll be protected. They'll last you the lifetime of the horse. Honestly.
Great. Thank you. What do you know about this man?
Oh yeah. That's Leo. Mr. Bulbeck. He's been stabling his horse here for years. Rather nice man. Pretty
Yes.
well off. He
What,
always gives me a good tip.
What? Where did he say he was going? We have some ill news that we wish to pass on.
Well, he, well, let's see. He came in, must have been 3, 4 in the morning. Gave me 10 gold to get his horse ready.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Woke me up, to be honest with you. I fell asleep while I was on duty last night. Don't tell the boss.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he woke me up, gave me 10 gold, told me that something happened. He got news about his wife. Yes, he said something about his wife. He said he was heading north. I believe he was heading north, and he was going to be riding hard, and asked me to pack a little bit of the. Well, it's a special remedy that we make for the horses, and he bought a week's worth.
Holy cow.
I said the same thing at 100 gold a pop. That's expensive.
Oh, this is
He bought
expensive.
700. He bought 7 of them. That's 700 gold.
Well, thank you for the information.
Absolutely. I'll be around if you need anything. And
Did he give any specific spots where he was going? Up north?
He just said his wife lived up north, which is weird because up north is towards the mountains. I guess technically you could go northeast or you could go northwest. Or I guess either one. He did go that way though. We went out and made a left, so he'd be going that way. And,
all right.
There's been a few wagons and stuff traveling down the road since then, so I don't know if we'll find any tracks. But
Yeah. Here's 15 gold. Thank you
oh, well, thank you.
for the information.
Thank
All
you.
right, you
Thank
ready?
you very much,
Yeah.
sir.
Take care. We're going to ride off as fast as we can and make a left.
Yeah.
And head north.
Say, was he? Can I get a insight on him?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
This guy's probably lying to me. Tell by that smile back there.
19.
19. He rolled a 17 on his deception. You can tell that he's definitely lying.
You don't follow me, and I'm like, hey, give me that money back for lying.
He's definitely yeah, he gave me 10 gold take care of the horse, and you kind of get the sense of like when he says, he's told me something about his wife, like it says here that he's like divorced from all his wives, like he's not currently married.
You are
and-
so smart.
and
You know this?
just like a couple other things, and yeah, you definitely suss out that he's probably lying or sending you in the opposite direction to give the guy more of a head start or to send you on a wild goose chase.
Well, are you coming?
Yeah, I'll head down south. I'll verbally announce that in front of him.
No, I said he went northwest. That's where you want to go.
Did this guy just rip me off 15
Or maybe
gold?
northeast.
I'm going to jump off my horse, and I'm going to walk over to him, and I'm going to be like, give me back my money.
He's going to hand you, and he kind of like lets the gold chink into your hand.
Is there 15 there?
Are you counting it?
Yeah.
There's only 10.
I'm going to punch him in his face.
Give me an attack roll.
The attack roll is a 20, not natural.
20, not nat. Yeah, you just clobber him across the chin, knock him out, take the 5 gold off of him, and it kind of like it's in his hand and it kind of spills onto the ground when you knock him out. And he's out for about 10 seconds before he wakes up. And he's like, why am I on the ground?
And then I'm going to jump back on my horse before he gets up. I'm going to ride with Trevor.
You look back. He's getting up. And he's like rubbing his chin. He walks off towards the bar or the barn. Yeah, he goes to the bar.
He forgot that he lost all the money.
That's the start of his villain story.
Yeah. Monrix, you are. I appreciate that. I must give that fool. Oh, that makes me mad.
Yeah. It's honestly surprising that you're the bard. You're supposed to be good at this.
I didn't really think he'd lie.
I totally thought, and the moment I started talking, I thought you were going to be like, I want to incite this motherfucker. Especially after the woman got you for 10 gold.
Yeah. Oh, you could have robbed me blind, took all my money from me if you really wanted to.
Okay, I guess we're going south somewhere.
All right, give me a D6. One, Dalton. Just one D6.
And that is a 2.
As you're riding and you ride for about 4 miles, you come to a spot in the road where the road splits. And there is about 4 small buildings here, and it kind of just looks like a little farming setup. You can see there's like 6-7 people outside. A couple of them are working with horses. One of them's working with a dog to round up some sheep, and then the rest of them are just kind of like stacking like bales of hay or something.
Guess I'll show one of them the poster. Although I don't know if they're going to say anything because we didn't really ask them if when Elio left it was actually midnight or not. But
I'm going to just let him lead because I'm unfit for this. I'm going to learn.
So as you're riding up, you see couple of them stop what they're doing. The ones working with the horses, they're kind of working like in the center of the buildings, and they wait until you ride up and they look up. Anything we can do for you gentlemen today?
Again, I'll just show the poster to them.
And you show the poster, and one guy kind of goes, "Isn't that the guy that rode by this morning? Right about daybreak?" Yeah, I think so. He was riding like a bat out of hell. Yeah, that was him. Yeah, he was riding and he went down the road there heading. Where's that lead to that way? There's a bunch of farms out that way. That's where he was going. Riding hard too, not sure. We thought maybe he was being chased, but nobody else rode by. We've been out here since. A couple of wagons, but that came from that way.
All right. Thanks. And we'll follow in the direction that they pointed us.
All right. So as you're going, I need each of you to roll me an investigation check.
You need an investigation check from both of us, or?
And then I need somebody to roll 1d4.
Okay, I can do that if you want. 3.
What's your
11?
11?
I got it for the D4.
The investigation.
Oh, okay. Natural 20.
Natural 20. So it takes about 3 days, and Mondrix and Baron, both of you working together,
For a total of 24.
are finding, the faint traces of this trail, but with your combined efforts, you've been pretty much staying directly on it, and you've been following this trail for, like I said, about 3 days. It's gone south, cut back north, kind of doubled back over itself, made its way back, and then now finally it leads up into the foothills of the mountains. And you know that from studying in school and studying in the guild that there's a lot of caves in the mountains. And there's things like gnolls, goblins, undead skeletons that kind of creep through the mountains as well. But that's directly where your trail leads.
Well, I suppose. We're following it, right? Yeah, we're going to follow it.
Okay, so you're going to follow the trail up into the mountains. And as you're making your way up there, give me a perception check.
I don't see nothing. I got a 6. Did you roll a 4 too?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. We both got 4s.
And both 6s.
Oh,
We don't see nothing.
okay. So it's your first night as you're kind of getting into the mountains, and it's just past dark when you're kind of walking with a torch and you see eyes shining back at you.
Ooh.
They're standing fairly tall. Probably about 3-4 feet off the ground. And you can just kind of hear some quiet, light snarling and some heavy breathing. And it just puts you on unease.
Oh, this is going to get ugly.
I'm going to pause real quick. All right. As you're looking around and you can see these eyes, you hear these noises. Rook and Ja'kier ready themselves. And I need everyone to roll a dexterity check as a hail of... Let's see, we're going to use their bow. A hail of arrows just kind of comes hurling in. What dice to roll to determine check? We'll go with that one. So that is a natural 1. So as long as you rolled anything higher than a natural 1, you are able to evade this hail of 5 arrows that kind of comes flying in.
I don't know who shot them, but they're awful. I got a 19.
Okay.
Saving throw, right?
Yeah. Both those guys pass. And with that, give me initiative.
Ooh.
Dude, that's the third nat 1 I've rolled tonight.
We needed that in combat.
Okay.
I rolled a 24.
24.
I need to get an Irish accent for this guy, and that's how I need to start talking.
Monarchs?
13.
13. Then Rook. Okay, Baron, you're up first with the gnolls on deck. As you can see them come running out of the darkness into the campfire light.
Okay, what do we? Where? How far are they away from us?
So I'd say the campfire probably cast 40 or 30 feet of bright light and 30 feet of dim light. So they're probably about 60 feet away at this point.
Okay.
And they're kind of coming in at a circle, like they kind of encircled around you. There's 3 in front and 2 in the back.
Okay. And how far apart are they?
I'd say the 3 in the front are probably 10 feet apart, and then the 2 in the back are probably about 20 feet apart.
Okay. And what are they?
Gnolls.
Gnolls. Oh, I hate gnolls. And I'm up.
Yep. A gnoll is a creature that you would... Gnolls, goblins, and a few other creatures you would have learned about in your studies with the guild.
I'm gonna cast inspiration on Monric. Did I say that right? Okay. And
so the gnolls are 1 through 5.
let's see here. You said they're 60 feet?
Yeah.
I'm going to use Dissonant Whispers on one.
Okay. That's a saving throw, correct? Wisdom?
Yep. Yeah. 11. This is what they're trying to beat.
Her wisdom is a 0 for a natural 5. Are you attacking null number 1?
Yeah, null number 1. And do we get to add our attack modifier to that?
It's just your spell. So it should say spell modifier, spell DC, attack modifier.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the first one, the spell modifier.
Okay. 13 total points of damage.
13. It's looking pretty bloodied. As you can't really see at this distance, but you hear a bit of a piercing howl, and it has some blood coming out of its eyes and out of its ears.
And that's my turn.
Okay, the gnolls are going to throw their spears, as they all are carrying a spear. So that's 2 at Monrix for an 8 to hit and a natural 20 plus 4. I'm assuming the 8 misses.
Yep.
A 19 to hit Baron.
Yep, that hits.
A 17 to hit Baron.
That hits.
A 17 to hit Rook. That hits as well. Okay, so that is... D6 plus 2. Baron, your damage is 10 points of damage from both attacks.
Okay.
Rook's is 6 points of damage. And... or no, that's 8 points of damage. And then... Monrix, that is 8 points of damage for you from one attack with a natural 20.
Okay.
All right. So that's going to bring it to Monrix's turn with Rook and Ja'kier next.
Say they're all the gnolls are still out to 60 feet.
They would have moved forward 30 feet. So they'd be 30 feet now.
Okay.
I'll have retarded doing health over here. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that.
That's all right. That's pretty funny.
Instead of grabbing his sword, he will grab a javelin and throw a javelin at one of the gnolls.
Okay. 1 through 5. And I will say they all have a little bit different AC.
The one's pretty bloodied.
Yeah. So I'll do 5.
5? Okay.
I'm not going to use Bartik. That one should just miss for 10.
Yeah, unfortunately, a 10 will miss.
Yep.
Which is going to bring us to Rook. Rook only has 25 feet of movement, so he is going to throw a javelin for a 15 to hit Knoll 1 since it's pretty damaged. And that is 8 points of piercing damage.
It's still alive.
You can see as the arrow he throws, or the javelin he throws, as he rages before he throws it, and it just kind of punches through, sails clean through the knoll, and it drops over dead.
Oh, good. Good deal.
Bringing it to Ja'kier's turn. He's going to bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark, because he always does. And then he's going to take a shot with his longbow. For a 16 to hit. He's going to attack Knoll number 5. It's 9 points of damage. Plus the Hunter's Mark damage, right? Which is an extra D6. For 12 points of damage, killing this knoll. Bringing us to Baron with the knolls on deck. There are 3 knolls left.
How close are these knolls within each other?
There are 2 left in front of you. They would be within 15 feet of each other. And the other 2, there would be 1 behind you. Ja'kier just killed the one that was behind you.
Okay, so, and if I was to go to the 2 in front of me, how far in front of me are they?
30 feet.
Okay, so they're 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what you're going to do, and yes, they are within range. I'm assuming you're going to hit them with thunder waves.
Yeah, I wanted to. Can I do that?
Yeah, they're within range
Okay.
of each other. As soon as you asked me earlier how close they all were, I was like, thunder wave.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I did when I was playing as your character. I was like, thunder wave.
Yeah. Okay. So Thunder
Oh,
Wave,
shit.
Constitution saving throw of 11.
Okay, so that would be 2 of them. Con is a +0. 1 fails with a 6. And the other one passes with a 13.
Okay,
So
so
one will take half damage.
one takes 12 total damage and the other takes 6.
Okay, we'll do it this way. This one will take 12 because it'll kill that one. This one will take 6. All right. The one that takes the full damage is blown backwards 10 feet, and you can hear a sickening thud as it hits the ground and gives kind of a few dying whimpers. Meanwhile, the second one is not necessarily deafened, but it definitely hurt its ears. It shakes its head, and then it turns and it growls at you. As there is Monrix's turn. There is the bloodied one in front of you, and then there is the full health one behind you.
Okay. He will draw his sword again. And which one is closer? The one behind me or in front?
The one in front of you.
Okay.
The one behind you would probably be about 40 feet.
Okay. So I'll swing at the one in front of me. And of course, a natural 20
Natural 20.
or
All right.
25 to hit.
That'll hit. And don't forget to roll a d12 off the critical hit table. First chance to get to use
Yeah, that's cool.
little critical hit table. It's a little critical hit table I picked up from a guy named Rain Dog on Twitter/X or whatever. I apologize, the print's so small. That's the only way I could get it to fit on the index card.
No, that's neat, man. I like that. That's good. Good addition to the game. Makes it. That's cool.
So that is Exalted Strike. I can use a hit die to heal or gain some temporary hit points. Guess I will heal with this.
Nice. That's. I didn't even read what all the options are. I just kind of.
It's cool.
And then don't forget your damage there. That's the good thing and the bad thing of having too many dice.
Yeah.
You never know which ones to use.
I grabbed the javelin dice instead of the
Oh.
longsword dice.
Don't forget that you got a bardic inspiration if you get a chance to use it.
Yeah.
He hasn't needed to so far.
So I thought about using that at the beginning, but I was like, it's probably so low, it's not going to matter. So that is 16 slashing.
Damn. And as your blow, it just cuts. You just cut this goblin in half, and it just falls into two separate pieces. Guts just pouring out blood. It smells rank. You can see some of the contents of its stomach half dissolved.
It was a knoll, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just stench. Disgusting. And the last knoll. Oh, I guess it's Rook's turn. Let's see. Rook is going to. He's going to run up to hit it with a great axe. He's raging. So that's a 20, not net. For 5 points of damage. Oh, it only had 5 health. As he just cleaves this creature's skull in two. And with this, you now have the smell of dead gnoll all over your camp.
How gross.
It is a very horrifying stench. It's probably, you set up camp, and it's probably after dark. Yeah, it's a clearly after dark. They waited until after dark. I'd say it's probably 10 o'clock.
We're able to get a long rest.
Are you going to stay at camp here? Are you going to move camp since there's and you're on a time limit. You only have 6 days, and it took you 3 days to ride there.
Oh,
So
I'm not the leader. I've passed that on to the
or
big guy.
we can stop there for the night. Hopefully, next session everybody can make it. It's up to you.
So we're not really going to continue on, just move camp elsewhere and try to find a stream in the dark.
Kind of get somewhere where you get cleaned up, get rid of the...
And just move elsewhere.
Give me an investigation check.
It's a 10.
10?
I can try. Oh, I didn't do any better. I got a 3 for a 7.
Let's see. We'll have...
So if not, I can just try.
We'll have Rook
inspiration too.
and... Rook rolled a 16. It takes a little while. It takes about an hour, but you finally find a decent enough stream where you can get the knoll cleaned off. You can't smell it anymore. If you were going to stay at the same camp, you were going to have to make a couple of Constitution saving throws. See if you got sick from just the stench. And I think that'll be a good point to stop for the night. And then we will see you guys in the next session.